Ever found yourself pondering about the intriguing puzzle of various learning types within an organization and how facilitation the missing piece? Today is your lucky day as we're embarking on a journey to unravel this mystery. We'll traverse through the 3 unique types of learning that can be found within an organization: formal, informal, and non-formal. Each type of learning boasts its own special features, advantages, and hurdles. But where does facilitation come in? Stay tuned as we reveal how facilitation seamlessly stitches these different types of learning together, fostering a unified and productive learning environment. We'll also provide some helpful tips for students, nudging them to understand which type of learning they should hone in on during their educational journey to unlock their full potential. So strap in for a fascinating adventure into the core of organizational learning, where wisdom meets action and theory is transformed into reality. Therefore, without any further delay, let's dive deeper into the captivating realm of organizational learning. Firstly, let's discuss formal learning. What exactly is it? Well, if you picture a traditional school environment or a corporate training program, you're on the right track. Formal learning is highly institutionalized. This means it's embedded within structures such as schools, universities, or workplaces, and it's usually delivered by a designated instructor. It's often characterized by a well-defined curriculum, a clear set of objectives, and a formal assessment process. Imagine sitting in a classroom, listening to a teacher lecture about a specific subject, or participating in a structured online course. These are examples of formal learning. It's regimented, it's prescribed, and it's controlled by the organization that provides it. In the corporate world, think about workshops led by experts, where you're given specific tasks or exercises to complete. These sessions are designed to teach you certain skills or knowledge, and you're usually evaluated on your understanding or performance. Formal learning isn't just about absorbing information, though. It's about interacting with the material, engaging with your peers, and applying what you've learned in practical ways. It's about being guided through a process of discovery and understanding, under the watchful eye of an instructor or facilitator. But it's important to remember that formal learning is only one part of the educational journey. It provides the foundation, the basic building blocks of knowledge. But learning doesn't stop when you leave the classroom or finish the online course. You see, learning is a continuous process, one that extends far beyond the confines of formal education. It happens in all aspects of life, from the conversations you have with friends, to the books you read, to the experiences you have. That's formal learning for you, structured, controlled, and often the first type of learning we think of. But remember, it's just one piece of the puzzle, one part of the larger learning journey. Stay tuned as we explore the other types of learning in the following scenes. Next, we have informal learning. This might be a new term for some of you. Now, don't be fooled by the name. Informal learning doesn't mean it's any less valuable than its formal counterpart. Quite the contrary. Informal learning is the type of learning that happens outside the confines of a structured curriculum or a classroom. It's learning that takes place independently from instructor-led programs, often in various settings. Think about it this way. Have you ever picked up a new skill just by observing and emulating someone else? Or perhaps you've learned something new by diving headfirst into a project and figuring things out as you go along. That's informal learning in action. It's not about tests or grades. It's about experiencing, exploring, and experimenting. Imagine you're at your workplace. You encounter a problem that you've never faced before. You don't have a textbook to refer to or a teacher to guide you. What do? You might ask a colleague, or you might do some research on your own. You might even learn through trial and error until you solve the problem. All these instances are examples of informal learning. Or consider self-study. Maybe you've always wanted to learn a new language or get better at coding. You don't necessarily need a formal course for that. You can learn at your own pace, in your own time, using resources you find yourself. That is the essence of informal learning. But here's the best part. Informal learning isn't confined to a specific place or time. It can happen anywhere, anytime. It could be at home, at work, even while commuting or during a casual conversation with a friend. It's flexible, it's adaptable, and it's spontaneous. So what's the takeaway here? Informal learning is all about independence, flexibility, and real-world application. It's about learning by doing and by experiencing. It's learning that happens in the real world, in real time, and often in the most unexpected ways. Informal learning then is all about independence, flexibility, and real-world application. Last but not least, we have non-formal learning. Now this is where things get interesting. Non-formal learning is a bit like a hybrid. It's a voluntary form of learning, often facilitated, that acts as a bridge between formal and informal learning. So, what does that mean? Well, it's learning that doesn't necessarily take place in a traditional classroom setting, but it's still guided by some form of structure or direction. Imagine you're part of a mentoring program. You're not sitting in a lecture hall, there's no syllabus, and you're not studying for an exam, but you're still learning, right? You're gaining valuable insights from someone with experience, maybe even picking up a few of their skills. That's non-formal learning. Let's take another example. Internships. When you're an intern, you're learning on the job. You're thrown into the deep end, dealing with real-world scenarios that you can't learn from a textbook. But there's still a framework. You have specific tasks, you receive guidance, and you're given feedback. Again, this is non-formal learning. Community-based learning programs are another great example. Maybe you're part of a neighborhood sustainability project or a local history club. You're learning new things, engaging with others, and contributing to your community. And while it's not as rigid as a school curriculum, there's still a sense of direction and purpose. So you see, non-formal learning is a bit of a chameleon. It adapts to its environment, taking on the form that best suits the learner. It's flexible, like informal learning, allowing you to learn at your own pace in your own way. But it also has a touch of formality, providing a structure that helps guide your learning journey. Non-formal learning, therefore, combines the best of both worlds, the structure of formal learning and the flexibility of informal learning. Now, you may be wondering, where does facilitation fit into all of this? Well, facilitation has a vital role to play in each type of learning we've discussed. It's like the guiding hand, the compass that helps learners navigate through the vast sea of knowledge. It doesn't matter if you're in a formal academic setting, learning informally from your surroundings, or engaging in voluntary non-formal learning, facilitation is always there, working its magic in the background. In formal learning, facilitation takes the form of structured teaching, where an instructor directs the learning process. The facilitator, who is often the teacher, ensures that the curriculum is followed and learning objectives are met. Think of your school days when your teacher guided you through complex mathematical problems or intricate literature texts. That's facilitation in action. In the realm of informal learning, facilitation is more subtle. Here it might be a mentor offering advice, a colleague sharing knowledge, or simply a thought-provoking article that sparks your curiosity. Facilitation in this context is about encouraging independent exploration while providing the necessary resources and support. Now, when it comes to non-formal learning, facilitation takes center stage. Non-formal learning is often facilitated, bridging the gap between formal and informal learning. In a non-formal setup, facilitators create an environment where learners can freely express their ideas, ask questions, and engage with the material in a meaningful way. It's about promoting active participation and fostering a sense of community among learners. Facilitation, in essence, is about guiding learners on their journey, ensuring they have the tools and support they need to learn effectively. It's about creating an environment that encourages curiosity, fosters collaboration, and promotes deep, meaningful learning. It's about helping learners take control of their educational journey, empowering them to seek out knowledge and develop their understanding. Indeed, facilitation plays a key role in maximizing the effectiveness of all types of learning, particularly non-formal learning. So there you have it, an overview of the different types of learning and the role of facilitation. We've journeyed through the structured pathways of formal learning, where the curriculum is king and the organization holds the reins. We've explored the free-form landscapes of informal learning, where curiosity is the compass and the individual sets the pace. We've bridged the gap with non-formal learning, voluntary yet facilitated, connecting the formal and informal in a dance of knowledge acquisition. Each form of learning holds its unique value, and together they form a comprehensive learning experience, which is important for students during their studies. Facilitation, as we've seen, is the golden thread weaving through all these forms of learning. It guides, nudges, and supports, ensuring that learning is not just an accumulation of facts, but a transformative journey that shapes the learner. Remember, Whether it's formal, informal, or non-formal learning, facilitation is key to ensuring effective and meaningful learning experiences.